Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. This is my little space on the internet where I get to review the latest and greatest in magic tricks. And so if you like magic, if you buy magic tricks, if that is something that you find yourself doing, even if it's a couple $100s a year or $40 to $50 a year. Maybe you only want to buy just the very best tricks that you'll perform, and you say, you know what, I don't want to waste any money this year. Great. Do yourself a favor, hit like, sub, and follow, push those buttons so that you come back here and watch a review before you spend your money. Today, we're going to look at Free Thought from Steve Langston and TCC Magic. TCC Magic, killing it lately. Killing it. Seems like I have a review for them every month. Easy. Right? Easy, easy, easy. So this is another really fun effect. A little different than some of the other TCC releases because, well, Steve Langston does his own tutorial, which, usually TCC does the tutorials. They do them, in-house in their little studio. This is Steve Langston in his living room, like doing a tutorial. Still a short tutorial, 18 minutes, not that long. But let me tell you what Free Thought is. Free Thought is this. It is 2 decks of cards. This is the TCC T-Swords series, okay? And you're gonna get 2 decks. However, the trick is only with 1 deck, okay? So it's $30, okay? And you're getting a fully custom gimmicked gaff, uninspectable deck, all right? The second deck is identical in back design and faces, but it's normal. So if you wanted to do a deck switch, you would have an identical deck to do as a deck switch, but the other deck, they don't even talk about it. It's just in there for provability factor, okay? Essentially, in Free Thought, there is a trick with 3 reveals, all right? And basically, you're gonna fan the cards toward the spectator. They're gonna see every card different. And then you're just gonna ask them to mentally select a card in their head, okay? In their head. You close the deck up. You'll ask them a couple of questions, some pumper questions, and finally reveal their card. And you'll say, you know what? Your card magically is going to be the only card face down in an entire face-up deck. Wave your hands and start to go through the cards, and you show them every single card is not their card. They can see it. So like, let's say they pick the 7 of hearts, right? You go through the deck and you can stop on every 7 and say, that's not the 7 of hearts. You keep going through the entire deck. 1 card is face down and you'll go all the way through the deck. Their card is gone, obviously. Pull that card out, lay it face down on the table and say, that card must be your card, right? That card must be the 7 of hearts. And then you say, but it's not. Even though you thought it was, it's not. And you turn it over and it's blank. And you say, that's because your card is in my pocket. And you pull it out and there's a 7 of hearts. So that's even more impossible, right? How did they see a card that wasn't even in the deck? It was in your pocket the entire time. And then you say, in fact, none of the cards were real. It was all an illusion. You go back to the deck and spread it with no deck switch, and every card is blank. So every card ends up being blank, and their card, the only card that they saw and thought of, was in your pocket. That is Free Thought. All right, so I hope I explained that well and told you exactly what you get. Is it what I thought? I didn't know what to think. To me, it looked like a premise I had seen before from another gaff deck, and then after watching the tutorial, I was right. So this essentially is the Mind Power deck, okay? So this is the Mind Power deck. And if you've had a Mind Power deck before in the past, you know how to do this trick. You know how to do the force, and you know how to pump the spectator, because he does the same questions to pump for the answer. The only addition that Steve Langston does is the reveal of the turn down card, right? So the card face down in the deck, that's Steve's. And then showing the deck blank at the end. That's also Steve's. So Steve added those two things to the Mind Power deck. Now, normally in my reviews, when I talk about the Gaff deck, I try to keep it a secret, right? Even if it's a Svengali deck, I don't say, it's a Svengali deck. I would say, oh, it's a classic forcing deck, or it's a deck you might already own. I'm telling you it's the Mind Power deck because Steve doesn't credit the Mind Power deck in the video. I don't know if that was intentional. I'm pretty sure he has to be aware of the Mind Power deck, right? And the teaching on that. So I'm only telling you because he didn't tell the audience originally. So I want to make sure that there's credit going on. I do like the addition of the face down card. I think that adds a second layer to a single layer trick. And then going to the kicker of the all blank faces, that's awesome too, right? And he's got some really cool provers to show backs and faces in this. And again, you're only using the one deck. So he has added some bells and whistles to the Mind Power deck, but really within the 18 minutes, that's not a lot of time for teaching. You're getting the Mind Power teaching and then his additional, features put together for $30. It's also nice that you get an extra deck, but it also feels like you're paying for the extra deck, right? Because a normal Gaff deck might be somewhere in the $25 realm. So $30 definitely feels like you're buying two decks. And then the 18 minutes kind of felt like it was a little short. But I gotta say, the improvements that Steve has made really kick the Mind Power deck up a lot. So I really did appreciate those additions. And now, I don't know if I could just watch a regular, normal Mind Power deck routine just because in that normal routine, you pump them for their reveal and then you just reveal it. So some people don't like the questions that you have to ask. Now, I suppose the way around it is you don't have to ask them any questions, right? If you wanted to do the reveal differently, you could have your multiple outs in different pockets, and then you just remember what it was. And then then you say, hey, what's your card, right? They would reveal it, and you say, oh yeah, it's right here in my pocket. And then you don't have to ask them any questions. You could do it that way. I didn't see that way offered, but that is a way around doing the questions. And you could do that with the Mind Power deck also. You don't have to ask the questions. It just seems more like mind reading with the pumping questions, but a magician would recognize the pumping questions, right? Yes, okay. Have I talked too much? So positives, I like the additions that Steve has made. I like the blank deck kicker. I like the fact that you get an extra deck so that you could do a deck switch and then do normal tricks. Negatives, I didn't like that the routine was kind of short, or the tutorial was a little on the short side, and that there was no crediting for the Gaff deck itself. But it's free thought, Steve Langston, TCC. You can pick this up for yourself at TCC Magic for $30. Thanks to Steve and TCC. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks, simple card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks, give my videos a like, subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.